Hello and welcome back. We are doing some more track building. We are carrying on with the tower climb thing that we streamed last time. I've done some more between the streams, so it is looking a little bit different. So in the last stream, a big focus was on this lagoon area here, which got the name the Wonky Lagoon. I've added in a few small features around some of the water areas and a few obstacles here and there to try and add a bit more to the track. And I've also started adding a layer of paint around some of the lower levels, because the idea is each level is going to be slightly different in design, different colour, use some different paints. I've added some like tyres here, so I've gone for the racetrack kind of theme on the bottom layer, and added in more rocks. We've got more rockage once again. So we have like a landslide here, just caused rocks on the first two layers, have to be avoided. Welcome, Iceman. Glad you can make it. Also added some colouring to some of the obstacles. We have a big area down here with hidden boosters that will respawn people back to the beginning up to a certain layer. Then if you go off above this layer, you fall into the pit of lava, and that is you out. So you have a second chance if you fall off on these lower ones. Then if you fall off on the outside, then I haven't actually worked anything out for that yet. May add a way for them to get back into respawn as well, but at the moment it's more if you fall off into the inside. Then a few logic things going on. We've got on the higher levels we have a drop down bit, so the aim is that as you get higher up in this, it gets a bit trickier and a bit riskier. No worries, I hope you enjoyed your holiday or are enjoying your holiday. Don't know if you're back. It is long, it is very long. I'm trying to speed the marbles up a bit to get through a bit quicker. Hey, cheese. That's good. Good timing. So I've added some logic here. So this triggers this and one on the opposite side. So if you're 2 levels ahead and someone happens to get here, you'll drop back 1 level. So there's that side which drops you down 1, and this side which opens downwards and sends you down as well. So it's not like you'll overtake them, but it means it will be a 1 lap gain, I suppose. So you're no longer like 2 levels behind. If you're 3 levels ahead, then you're just gone. 16-month anniversary, awesome stuff. Been that long, crazy. I've got this little double barrel jump as well, double barrel shotgun, and then up here it does fly. Starting to get into the higher bits, so I thought we'll go with the theme of like ice from a certain level, snow and ice. And I think the very top levels might be like we do sort of space theme, maybe low gravity. So you actually feel like you're getting higher and higher throughout this track. I've yet to come up with what colours I'm going to do all of these layers. Ice, yeah, definitely the way to go. I might mess with the gravity a bit on the ice so it looks like it's slippy as well. I do have, let's get everything back up, see all the invisible parts. It's actually set to 1, so I'm thinking if we go, I think a 0.8. Might have to hamper with it a little bit to see how it looks, but just give it an idea they haven't got as much grip. That's what I'm thinking. And then come up with some snowy obstacles. Move this up to this layer now, for now. For testing purposes. And I've been going through putting in all the checkpoints, which I thought you don't really want to necessarily see on stream. I'm sure that's the boring part. There's no DLC force. Oh, yeah, there's a DLC, wasn't it? The ice stuff. I don't even think I have. No, I must have it, right? Assume I must have it if I have these colours, these paints. I do, okay. I must have got it and just totally forgot about it. I forgot that it was even a DLC. I'm so used to it. Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, so that's where we're at the moment. As you can see, very big structure. And there's a good bit still to go. So, ideas. Let's just paint in this last bit. That's not the walls. Oh, there we go. My thoughts, because obviously I'm looking for new ways to hinder people and help people. I was thinking in the snow ice section I might have a bit that goes off, maybe here or here. Do a second route that's like a snow route, which is slower, so it's like you're going through thick snow over the ice route. Because I do have, there's the split here that's similar. I've got a split here which is slightly quicker inside line, very similar style to that but opposite. Somehow I need to clear the upward section that's right in front of the track. What do you mean? This. Go past it. Yeah. But this will of course go up a layer as well. As I've had so far, this side has been where the layer increases in multiple different designs and ways. I need another idea for this one. I also need some ideas for obstacles, so we'll have a quick whiz around. Could do a ramp. So pretty similar down by, like I said, we've got the new tyres, we've got the rocks that have been added. Got these hazard areas. These invisible walls are for, you can fall off these ramps and send you down. And then you get up. The first layer of water which doesn't have anything in it, just to show. Elevator, I've used the elevator and the stair. Of course the pinball bits. And I've used negative gravity. We've got the triangles, more rocks, more little ramps. Yeah, so I've used the ladder, the slope, the stairs, whatever this is called, a steeper slope, a sort of a ramp that uses a bit of gravity, a wavy slope, a gravity thing. It's called a wheel. I guess that does make sense. A corner that goes through the lagoon. A downwards then upwards ramp, the jump, a slow long ramp, and then this sort of zero gravity ice slide, I guess I'd call it. Yeah, obstacle wise, still got plenty to fill in. We've got the air vent sort of bit. Got explosives which don't explode. Yeah, I might have to start repeating some of them, but maybe with a different look, style. Yeah, lots to fill in still, lots of empty track space to fill with obstacles and creative bits and bobs. Portals haven't been done. That is a good shout. I think that might be the go-to. So start by getting straight where we want it. I might move it inwards slightly as well. Let's sort this height out. Don't need too much of a height difference. Last layer had quite a bit of a height difference. That's another thing actually. Is there a height limit on this open map? Because I don't know whether there is. I don't know if I'm going to run into trouble hitting a height limit. No, awesome. Don't have to worry about that. I think that's a good spot for the track to continue. So that will build out to, let's go here. Yeah, that's good. Do that for now. Bring this up. Let's add in the portals. Doing some dirt climbing. Portal. Just pop it on the end like that. And like that. So that one is going to have to be above, isn't it? Because they're probably going to fly at the bottom. Like that. And then just make the rim invisible. And then connect them and make sure it's facing the right way. Search this one. It's not. I don't think this one matters. We have it right at the edge like that. Okay, I think that should be good. Be a quick save. I save a lot, just in case. And do a quick paint on this area. This one. There for now, and all the edges. Oops. Let's just do that way. They're trying to cheat it a bit. Okay, so that should work. To add in all the boosts for the corners and straights. This whole 2 layers actually. Back. I pressed the wrong button. Who puts them 2 buttons next to each other? We do not need this race to be happening. Shoot, get over. Oh, and of course, for the testing purposes, we do have the exclamation mark join in the chat, so you can be added in when we do our test runs. Because why not? Might as well. Let's go there. There. And then drag these along. About there should be good. And the next corner. And we will do a full run through test as well. So we can get a race in and see how things are performing. Let's get another copy. That here. Up here. Getting into some shorter straights now that we're higher up. And the next corner. So I don't have a so many boosts. Too many boosts. And yet the marbles still go quite slow. I have sped up the boosters, so the corner boosts are now a little bit quicker sending them around. A bit more pace. And we've got slightly more chilled out music today as well. Nice and relaxing. Okay, I think everywhere's boosted enough for them to get all the way around. So we can run a test. Let's see how everything's performing. Let's turn that off. Get speed up to real time. Quick save, even though I probably already did it. And let's also wrap this up. 178 checkpoints. Lots of checkpoints. And let's go. Iceman and Cheese both starting on the front row. Inside lane as well. Into the first obstacles. Going a straight shot through here. They're bumping into each other. And then the rocky area is totally untested at the moment, so I'm hoping everyone can get through. And you know what? It's looking pretty successful. Good. That is good. That is good. Exactly how I was hoping it would happen. At the moment, we've got Cheese in 8th, Iceman down in 17th. I know it's all working so far. Level 1 of the tower complete. Although number 40 has failed to survive the first layer, the easiest of the layers. And also to mention, there's a couple of these where you can drop down. So here you'll see the logs can push you off the edge here. And it is quite a long way round if that happens. To avoid to make racing on the highway track more competitive. Can't beat extra competitiveness. Through the pinball zone. The chances of you fully falling off the track here is very low. As I say, the aim is to get progressively harder the higher you go, but also the lap length. I call it the lap length, it's not technically a lap, but the length around the wear is shorter. So it's less of a punishment if you drop down. So more frequent, but less punishing. If you appear to wait to be passed before you can go, or so many seconds, actually keep the racing tight. That would be a good way to do it. That's one of my issues with this, as well as working out ways to keep the race together. See, number 6 already gone off, so they're going to be going all the way back to the start. But there's plenty of chances later on to try and fight your way back. 54's gone off as well. The higher levels, you want to try and use a bit more sort of logic stuff to create slowdowns and lap penalties and that sort of stuff to allow people to catch up. Oh, cheese is fallen, has fallen, and is set back a whole lap. I'm going to refer to them as laps, even though it's one whole lap. Just seems easier. It's okay because you will have a chance to get it back on the higher levels. I'll click on levels. Level is probably better. Currently on level 3 of the tower. You have to dodge the random objects, including the single donut in the middle of the track. I'm waiting for the day that someone gets stuck on top of it. Hopefully that day will come. It would be. I think it would be pretty awesome. And I'm hoping this track's good enough that I can put it into a racing season, because that to me would be the best time for that to happen. But for me to decide would be total bias with it being my track. So it does need to be good enough for me, but also for everyone else. It needs to be exciting. Yeah, the desert lap. That's probably the best spot so far that we've seen a marble get stuck. I think the time has slowed down slightly from real time because of a bit of a frame drop in some of these areas. Currently we have 7 and 69 up at the front. What if you had the Discord server members vote for servers to go into the racing league? You mean tracks to go into a racing league? But it is a good idea. The thing is, I'd at least need to try and do a short list. I'd need to think about the best way of doing the votes, because there's that many tracks out there, especially now. There's so many tracks, there's so many good tracks. Well, this is a chance for someone as they both missed the bridge. I think they're going to be very clear. We've still got people on level 2. Going to see 81 get the bridge over. Could be a good way of doing it. Like a submit and then a yes/no system. And then we create a short list of all the highly yes voted ones. And shortlist down to whatever number I want for that season. Could be a good way of doing it. I imagine there'll be a lot of options. Over the jump. I've made this jump a bit more reliable. You should be able to make that jump every time unless you really mess up your speed coming around the final corner. Oh, number 7's having some difficulty there. Yeah, could be a way of doing it. Some things I have to think about and sort out. Ready for the new season. Yeah. To work out the most effective way is a good run through there by number 50. And then we've got loads of open space with no obstacles here. These layers upwards. I also need to fill in this. It's a bit ugly under here at the moment. I'm just sort of going to box it in. So it can't go all the way to the ground because it'll interfere with this. But I'll box it in slightly higher than the ground. You still have people down on level 2. See cheese on level 4, Iceman on level 5. And number 7 heading up to the next level. Oh, too quick there. Got these little jumps. Didn't really use any of them. Oh, and that's gone bad there for 69, being pushed down a level. Hit that jump at the wrong angle. It's not good for you. It might move it in a bit. Actually, no. You messed that jump up, it's your own fault. We punish people here. Our racing advice, as always, is just do better. Little hop there by 44 to get a good release. Gonna whiz around, see where number 7 is. Number 7 is actually already coming back around here. Very close to the edge with that jump. So far, pretty solid run for number 7. Oh, and number 15 has fallen. It also looked like they still had low gravity. Shouldn't be the case unless they landed on the wall. They do. Interesting. Because there is a gravity pad all the way on this bit, wherever you land. Guessing if you land on this edge, then you're not hitting it like that. I wonder if that's much of a problem though. You're only one down. as there's no jump obstacles on that layer, you might be okay. I may have to cover these walls with gravity pads as well, and with half pipe. How does this happen then? We're gonna have to move this along or back. Does not seem to be making a difference. So we have a pilot. Just brilliant. The amount of times that's worked when I've tested it. Typical on stream, everyone gets stuck. As you can probably tell, this won't be a multi-lap race. It will be a sprint race. It is definitely long enough without adding more laps. How can I resolve this then? Make it smaller? I can let them through now by doing that. I might have to come up with a way to try and future-proof it. Number 35 there, number 7 all the way over here. So we're now up into the death layer. So you fall into the inside of the arena here and it's game over for you. That's why I might start adding some riskier obstacles. You know what happens when I get hold of these tracks? They always become an elimination track. All of my tracks end up being an elimination track at the end. Even if they started with good intention. This is also a different colour to that, so I might change that. Spooky death layer. And 7 is through the wonky lagoon. I don't know, I've just heard of good intentions. I hear they're a thing. Oh, 7's cleared of the holes as well. However, on the next layer, 7's at risk, so as you can see, anyone going into this area will be triggering this. And also that. Drop you back down a layer. You can see your 15's in there, this is switched open. As long as there's a marble in this area, it will remain open. And you will be punished. So 7's coming round. They might have timed this right. 13's about to come into the area. Tell you what, they timed it. Timed it absolutely perfectly. Iceman's in 18th at the moment. She's unfortunately still outside the top 20. 35, not so lucky, is going to get put down a layer. It's now just going past 37, but now the second bit they can get dropped down. It looks like 7 is going to get pulled into that one. And is going to go off the edge and drop another layer as well. That's another bit that I do need to sort as well. I don't want them dropping 2 layers. I do need to put a bit. I did add a boost, but it's not enough. So I need to add a bit of a wall here that pings them out middle other than off the edge. But yes, 7 is down 2 layers, 2 levels. And because there's no checkpoints from this point, because I didn't get that far with them, who knows who's leading now. Although Iceman's now moved up to 14 and probably is actually higher. Oh, as I say that, Iceman's been pushed down the level down zone. Has been punished. Let's see if we can work out who's leading here. There's no one on this level yet. It looks like 91 is currently leading. As I say that, they all fall down. And some of them only did go down 1 layer. So it is a bit of a variety at the moment. But this is where the ones further down can catch up. This is what I mean. If you're 2 levels down, you're passing through here, you can knock the leaders down a level. Give you a chance for a bit of catch up. 91's been wiped out. I think they fell into the volcano of doom. Spooky death layer. So I think we now have 29 leading. They're going to be taking the slower side. 15 on the insides. Let's see how much of a difference it is. 29 does have quite a bit of a lead, so. Yeah, there was a bit of a gain, so it's not too bad. Could maybe make it a little bit quicker. But then it probably all depends on your landing as well. And then we have our random boosts here depending on what line you take across here. With there being no obstacles, I imagine everyone will basically take the same line. I know they do twitch a bit left and right at the moment. But I don't actually mind because it adds some variation on the straights. The problem with the marbles is, of course, without obstacles, they're all going to follow generally the same line once they're one behind the other. And so when you've got boosters like that, there's not really any variation. It looks like 63 and 83 are going to get eliminated in the spooky death layer. And now the new bits, the new layers. Let's see if these work. 29 is up around. Okay, so we need to work on the we'll ignore that for now. Just pretend that did not happen. So yeah, 29's on the next layer. No one else anywhere near them. So yeah, do need some work on that bit to keep them contained. Might have to add some invisible walls. And on the drop down, because it seems a bit too floaty on the way down, so maybe another gravity pad part of the way around. Or at the end of the loop bit. Oh, that's number 15 to it. Let's make sure this works as well. Hop in out. They hopped out the opposite side, they went in. The right side to the left. The 29 takes the win of the test run. And in true style falls into the death pit below afterwards. Yeah, 15 is just kind of floating around. Yeah, you might actually have to change the signs. Or that. Because yeah, it's still classed as the Ultimate Marble Racing League, I suppose. League Season Championship. So technically, it would still be advertising that. Oh dear, looks like it's race over for Iceman. Actually, it's under the track. Okay, interesting. I've saw that as well. I'm just going to end it there because it will go on for quite a while. Let's start making some tweaks. So I do have boosters here. Still managed to get stuck there. Ugh. Typical. Yeah, it's better. So I need to do the darker. There we go. It's to 3. Bit more strength behind him. Ooh. So, problems. I have a problem here. I'm not sure how they flew out because it's lined up pretty accurately. You'd have to go at a very weird angle to be able to fly out there. But it happened. So I think we need another... I forgot that this is actually on a lower gravity. Another one of these. I need a round one actually. Although I mean, if places here, they should pass through. That should work. We bounce off at 0 too early. That is true. Let's have a look. Move it forward a bit. Yeah, so they can lift off the track slightly. Oh, look at that. Tactics by 99. But they're not going to land. And away they go. Yeah, so that would have been a great shortcut if it worked. Yeah, the zero gravity. I guess I could put a wall here that keeps them pinned. Or another track, like against that. Should work. In the head. Like this. Huh. Ignore that one. That should work, right? Surely. Feel like that'll work. Let's have a watch. Yes. Yes, that's working lovely. Hey, you've got it working. That's what we like to see. Yep, consistent. Right, the other issue we had was there was a pile up here. Thinking if I shrink it slightly, that might help reduce the chance of that happening again. And then we also have the issue here. Actually, instead of just making a new one, I'll just take this one, lift it, widen it, problem solved. There we go. Yeah, they'll have to pass through it anyway. At least now if they land on the edges, they'll get the gravity pad. Okay, then we got people getting stuck here. Just interesting. I'm amazed that how have you managed to get into that? How? It looks like it's too small. Look, why did you not just bounce off? Out concrete barriers makes sense. Not sure why 34 sat there. Let's just give them a bit of help. How is this down to not enough speed up here if they're going a bit too slow? Problem is, if I increase the speed too much, the ones that are going quick are going to go flying. Okay, no, 34. You're just taking a nick now. Yeah, off you go. Now let's see. You got a bit of a run up. Let's put this back to 2. There we go. All good now. All good. Open this up to 2 actually. A bit more speed. Quick save. Right. What do I want to work on next? So that's, I think, all the fixes that we needed. I think trying to, no, of course we need to add the barriers on here. A little bit messy, but going with the stumpy barrier. Start it further in. Something like that, I think, will do the job. Like that. Take this. Do the same over here. See, I have got these boosters, but they're not really doing the job. That is something to be very wrong, right? Yeah, should be okay. Yeah, okay. I think that's alright. Hopefully. If not, then we'll just do better. I think this one's alright. I think angle's better because it's straighter for longer. So that might be the answer, because it's this weird S-bend. It's meaning they take this sort of line. Don't really want that to happen. I guarantee they get like a dodgy bounce off that, so I'm probably going to need a booster underneath here. Yeah, I've got one on this side already. Okay, I think that was all the issues. Need a way to get more use out of these different boosts. Need them to not just come around the corner at the exact same point. Hydrate. Got a bottle of water with me today. Keep me hydrated. Okay, let's box this in. It's probably not going to look too clean. It's probably going to be kind of messy, but it is what it is. It is quite literally just going to be a big box. Switch green. I think that's in line. So is that. Good, gotta stay hydrated. Keep them fluids up. Yeah, this to both ends could be a little because of the scale of it. I get it. So that's. Oh, it's too. Wait, is that too far? No. That would work. How high is it? To be honest. No, down a bit. Expand it a bit. Actually, perfectly in line. I think that would be low enough. Yes. Okay. It looks like a giant. It's gonna look like a giant cube, but this is gonna do the job. Precise. There we go. And now this totally exposes the fact that it's not a perfect square, and that two of the straights are longer than the other two. But no one needs to know. No one needs to know that. Make sure these are. That is mildly annoying. We're gonna have to read that over. Oh, it's gonna have to be like that. It's gonna have to have a slight overhang. Oh, it's going to have to be a very small gap. Honestly, I don't even know if I will, at least for not for a long time anyway. This trap making stuff just, it's not for me. Seeing some of the creative stuff. Okay, what is that? Oh, okay. swear it was lined up. Wait, it doesn't cut over this bit. Why did that slide? Yeah, we're just gonna ignore the fact that it's not perfectly squared. However, how close that piece of track. Oh yes, because it's this piece of track. Oh. Okay. Which means this is to go over slightly. Oh. Oh. So annoying working with these bigger bits. Oh, but then that's not going to fit. I just need it to increase, like, slightly. But that's too much of an increase. That's way too much. Why are the sizes so temperamental? Look how big that jump is. Oops. I need in between that. Or I'm gonna have to just do like another strip. Or have an overhang. Which is a bit messy, but it may be what's going to have to happen. Pull this wall out, that's going to bash here. And there's a gap there, and a gap here. Gaps everywhere. Guess what if I pull this part in? What if I pulled that side in? Still a gap. There. And then put this in here. Then can I shrink this one? It's still going to be too much. So just back to where it was. That's lined up. That's nearly lined up. Oh, that's going to have to be a really small gap, I think. And that's lined up still. That might have to do. This will just have to have a small gap on each side. Okay, there we go. So we now have the big walled off cube in the middle. That looks like it's floating less. It's better. Not perfect, but we take better. Now we need to stop marbles from getting into these bits. I could add rocks, but I think we have enough rockage. More rockage. Okay. I mean, technically we could put some here. That'll at least stop them from getting into that bit, and it makes sense to have rocks over here still. probably do. Yeah, too quick. There we go. That will at least stop any stupidity happening here, hopefully. The ones that go under the track, well, just be smarter, do better. Simple stuff. Okay. But this doesn't actually interfere with the ones on the track, do they? Interesting. I think there's a big enough height difference, so I might just do this. Don't think it pulls the ones that are on the track. It's very helpful. The ones that fall off completely, so the ones that go all the way off to the outside. Yeah, okay. There's also a bit of a gap here because obviously these big boosters I don't want to cross over the track. The ones that go out, I think it's going to be a similar sort of thing. Massive boosts that boost them somewhere outwards. And then I might put a portal in each corner. So it's going to be a bit of a long route, but portal in the middle and then boosters on the outskirts that have a set speed that pull them into them. I think something like that should work. Which that's not interfering with the track. Nope. And then we'll have the annoyance of the ones on the corners because they don't have curved boost edges. And then another one up here. Make this a 3. 3. 3. And another one on the other side. Okay, and then we need a just need legs down here. Set speed. I didn't need to place it. Yeah, better get down to ground level. So I think something like this. Bit too long. I want to sort of be symmetrical. sure, not totally in the middle, but close enough. Okay, and then from this there's going to be a portal. Again, I'll grab one from the middle. This one. Will this work just so people can respawn instead of being eliminated? Is it deserved? That is the question. Yeah, I need to do that again. But each side. Just copied on, just placed, but here's a swing point in there. Oh, yeah, the right way. Okay. And then get the portal. Bring the portal over. It's two sides done. Really, I guess the easiest way to do this is going to be do that. There we go. So that should catch hopefully everyone that goes off. And now we'll make sure I link it the right thing. There we go. I hope it was worth it. We do have this space in the corners. Actually, I guess just do this. I think the set speed will override these boosts. I think the set speed would take priority. I don't need to worry about the overlap too much. There we go. Big brain. Good stuff. I guess the next thing really is to think about obstacles for some of these straights. So level 1's fine, got our rocks, got so level 2's fine. Level 3 hasn't got any on this straight. Some there and then some empty space, which would be bad. Probably do another booster here. Or just extending this way. We need some obstacles down this straight. Maybe that fits with the theme. The theme's kind of random objects and canisters. Might be a similar thing to this lower one, sort of like a rusty warehouse look. Yes, in my head. So it'd still be like office / warehouse with this level. The next level is obviously like air vents, and then it's almost like you've gone from a road into a building, 2 floors of a building. The air vents in the roof, and then out of the roof to the sky, maybe. If that's high enough for it to be sky level, or whether we have a roof level, then a sky level, and then layers of sky up to like obviously rocky volcano, up to mountain top, and then up to space. I think could be a good theme idea. For the layers or the levels. So I think this would again be that same sort of metal look. Don't know whether to go the exact same look or whether to change the. Actually, get these side by side. Or whether to have like a different, use different coloured metals for the second floor. Could go with a lighter floor, could go with a gold floor, and then maybe dark railings or light railings or still bronze railings. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not the best cosmetics designer. Could go something like this. So it's like first floor, second floor. That could work. Air vents, which I might recolor because they're currently transparent blue, I think, so it could go dark. They still have a blue tinge to them, I think it's black. Oh, they're actually grey, but they look blue. Instead of picking track builds. Don't need to though. Let's see it right here. Go with white. I don't know about the white. See, why does the grey have to look so blue? And that was dark blue. I'd like a grey airbend thing. Oh, you're saying you sent on? Oh, send to pick. They did send to pick. I will have a quick look. Are you doing your logic work again? Yeah, my logic on this track's definitely just going to be the basic. Yeah, no, I don't understand. I get basic logic. I get like formulas, but I haven't taken time to learn the proper logic things in this game. I don't intend to get too complex with logic in my tracks. The new system for pulling, for police pulling marbles over. Well, if it works, it does the job, then it's all good. So if we go, I think possibly rooftop here. So I need a paint that would be good for a roof, because it's like a warehouse roof. So it's not really going to be like a wooden roof. It could be, but that'd be a bit dangerous. That's definitely not going to be any of these. Don't want to go just metal again. Especially the ice building ones, but they're all very icy. Got these materials. Which could also maybe. Ooh, actually, you know what? That could be this level because it's like a walkway. Yes. Yes, that's what it's going to be. So that is like the material element, like the walkways, factory walkway. Okay. Still need an idea for the roof. That's not bad for a roof design. These ones are more like walls. Might be this. Don't know. Or that. Oh, the choices. We could. Oh, that just chooses that material. Let's try to just take the colour off it. Oh, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure for this layer. I might have to skip it for now. Come back to get darker with it. I think it might be this one. I think I'll do that for now. So road level, first floor of like a factory, walkway, air vents, rooftop, and this goes into sky. So probably like a sky blue with white on the edges. I think that's probably the best thing for a sky theme, a low sky theme. And then upper sky. Yeah, that's probably gets to be the plastic. Still cloud. Say clouds. Still white on the edges. It's like clouds. Lower sky, upper sky. I wouldn't quite be upper sky yet, because technically this is like volcano mountain top. Probably got a few more layers to go before that. But I was just going to do multicolored layers originally. Now I'm coming up with these like other ideas. Oh, in fact, it's too late to do that. I just started it as underground. Can I still do that? That would be quite a big change, especially considering I'd have to move these up. Good though. And then this would just be like a rocky area. I wouldn't necessarily actually put it underground, but at least colour the road underground. But then I've got this piping bit. I could just say that it's like underground piping and colour it like sewer pipes. That could work. So then I can do dirt, and then I can use other oranges and reds for like magma levels, piping. Still loads of layers though. taking a lot of thought. I try working down. If I said wrong color. Sky. Lower sky. This would also be sky, just a different route. They're the same level. And then these colours, I might change these colours as well. I'm going to be building, round. And would it be ground? Because this is technically a volcano. This wouldn't be ground level. But it could be. But then there's the waterfall. And no, let's not go too complicated. That's ground level. Starting at ground level, no underground stuff. I'm not trying to overcomplicate. Your logic's broken, oh dear. That is not good. It's purple as well. Don't really know what purple would be in terms of layers, but I want to add some northern light effects actually up here. I could try and help, but I probably wouldn't be very helpful.